Well, what a difference the start of a week can make from the end of a week. Thanks for clicking on to the Saturday edition of Bogan's European Outlook. Hope you had a chance to look at the July Outlook released yesterday morning. Certainly going for a kind of similar idea to what we've seen during the month of June. June being a very bookend month, we started off cool and unsettled. We're ending the month cool and unsettled. And certainly, while we've seen temperatures of 34.5 Celsius at Heathrow, the warmest day in 41 years during the month of June in the UK, we're ending the week on a very different note indeed. Deep area of low pressure, unseasonably deep for the time of the year, passing to the north of Scotland. That is providing a very windy day across the northern half of the UK. Gusts quite widely in excess of 40 miles an hour, exposed areas 50 to 60. But over the tops of the Cairngorms, we've already seen wind gusts in excess of 90 miles an hour. Probably going to see maybe a gust of 100 miles an hour through the remainder of today as that area of low pressure pushes off to the east. During the day tomorrow, we're in a much lighter wind regime, albeit a northwesterly airflow, fairly cool, but light winds mean with sunshine we're going to see temperatures respond. So it should feel not too bad. Temperatures, kind of 17 to 22 Celsius, really from Glasgow to London, but it will feel quite pleasant in the lighter winds. Through the course of Monday and also Wednesday of next week, it looks as if the models have more areas of low pressure bursting in. So we're firmly in an Atlantic driven weather pattern once again, and we're ending the month rather cool and unsettled. As we go into the first half of July, it looks as if we're going to maintain a fairly unsettled regime. You can see here that the first week of July, really, the CFSV2 indicates that high pressure will be firmly pushed to the south and west of Iberia, and we probably will continue to see a reasonably strong summer jet influence in the UK weather pattern. Even as we push into the middle part of July, the CFSV2 has low pressure just a little bit too close to the UK, so therefore we're going to maintain very cool and unsettled conditions. Atlantic weather will maintain itself according to the CFS, of course. But as we go through the second half of July, it looks as if the modelling is indicating something a little bit more settled, high pressure dominating once again, therefore we're going to see warmer conditions. But even with low pressure through the first half of July, albeit it is going to be firmly influencing our weather, keeping us rather cool and unsettled, it will also allow, surges of warmer, more humid air coming up from the south. So, albeit it's cool and unsettled, there is going to be spells of warm sunshine as well. So it's not a washout weather pattern like we've seen in summers gone by. But I'm very optimistic. Middle to late month, we're going to return to more high pressure and sunshine and warm sunshine at that also. As we go towards the end of July, the CFSV2 it builds that ridge stronger and stronger over the northern half of the continent. You notice that extending from Ireland, the UK, across Scandinavia through the central portion of the continent and into the east as well. So it looks as if the model at least is indicating that we're going to have a firm area of high pressure stacked to the north of the continent. So therefore we may have slightly cooler conditions, slightly more unsettled conditions across the southern half of Europe. Precipitation wise, we start, of course, the period rather wet. Of course, firmly within an Atlantic pattern, you would expect that to be the case. As we continue to push through the first half of July, it looks as if it's going to maintain a wetter than normal pattern, but you notice here that we start to revert into a drier than normal regime as we go through the second half of the month. Finally, 2 meter temperature anomalies. Week one, as you would expect, cooler than normal. And then as we continue to skip through the sequence here, it will go from cooler than normal to warmer than normal. So, albeit we are going to have a disappointing start to July, it does look as if we are going to see some decent summer weather also. Hope you have a great Saturday, have a great weekend. Back again next week. Bye for now.